shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
And here are the Knicks. Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. Galloway kicks to Anthony. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Ooh, just shook his man loose. With a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautifully.
High-level skills being showcased out there now, fellas. I mean, that was a terrific hoop. Here's
Martin following the score by New York. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And so here is New York. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. New York moving the ball around. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws here tonight. That free throw good from Galloway. He's perfect from the line this time. And we're about 1.5 minutes into the first quarter. Rubio outside. It's Martin on the wing. Stolen away. Anthony kicks to Lopez. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Anthony. Good D by Rubio.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Garnett wide open. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Lopez kicks to Aflalo. Hits the three-point bomb. Aflalo's got 5 now.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
On the wing, Wiggins. Back to Rubio. Banked in off the glass. Rubio's got his first basket of the night.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Wiggins against Anthony. Back to Aflalo. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. 7 points in the game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to see.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
The Knicks leading by 4. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. Anthony dishes to Galloway. Lopez a screen. Anthony on the wing, covered by Wiggins. Clock 4. A baseline J. Anthony's shot is off. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. The drive by Rubio. Garnett the pass to Martin. It's good from long range.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Here's Porzingis. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And Aflalo kicks to Galloway. It's rebounded by Towns. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 on the field so far. And it's missing.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the call will be against Kevin Martin. That is his first foul of the game. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. Calderon dishes to Grant. Back to Calderon. He kicks it to Seraphin. Grant outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Out left to the wing. Pekovic passes to Levine. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who spoke with Derek Fisher. Doris?
And Kevin, I asked him what he thought would be a key factor for them coming into this game. And he said, well, our length and shot blocking should help. It gives offenses something to think about when they come inside the lane. And oftentimes, that tentativeness can be a game changer. Guys, every team in the league wants that interior presence, and he just explained one big reason why.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks. They're thinking about their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, great thought, really, to have coming out of the locker room. Worry about making stops first and foremost. Let the offense take care of itself.
Yeah, I agree somewhat, but at some point you've got to do some work offensively as well. They can't rely on defense alone.
Now here's Pekovic. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Grant. Rebound collected by Levine.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Out to the wing. Grant gets a wide open look. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Grant's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Jones from outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first quarter. Knicks out front, up 6. And we'll get it going after this. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball.
You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Williams is out there with Kevin Seraphin. Then there's Grant. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Calderon in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Aflalo. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody last year.
You know, Greg, those were games where you thought they could get a win. But now they need to forget about it. It's in the past. Let it go. They've got to focus on the present and try to make a better run of it this time.
New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And it's Rubio penetrating. And Dang gets it to go.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Knicks leading by 5. The pass to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. Aflalo kicks to Galloway. Williams against Wiggins. Lopez, a screen on Wiggins. Off the pick. And it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got his first 2 points of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And Rubio kicks to Towns. On the wing, Wiggins. Lots of room. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Williams dishes to Aflalo. Passes it to Lopez. Kick out to Aflalo. Lets it go from deep. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Again, Wiggins missing.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Lopez with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Lopez, no luck.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And Dang gets it to go.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Here's Galloway, covered by Rubio. Pass to Porzingis. Kicks it to Aflalo. Puts up the baby hook. Misses the layup.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
It's Rubio, top of the key. Great open look there. Now just a 3-point New York lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Lopez a screen. There's the dish to Aflalo. 5 on the clock. Porzingis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 5.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Rubio right side. Martin against Aflalo. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Rubio outside, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. New York called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good. Rubio. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Garnett comes in for Jang. Bielitsa, who's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Jones subbed in for Martin. New York leading by 3. Poked loose. Calderon passes to Grant. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Minnesota. We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Here's Serafin. That ball's nice feed this time from Jose Calderon.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's Pekovic, and it's denied. Calderon with it. Jones covering. Outside Anthony. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Minnesota. Outside Jones. And Pekovic kicks to Garnett. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second. Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Jones, that's for two. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Grant. Now the feed to Carmelo. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That's good from Anthony. Both free throws good from Anthony. Jones cannot hit. And we've reached halftime in this one. Knicks lead by 7. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, what has been the focus of this team during the first half of play?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We buckle down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays, you know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
Nice to see it come together on both sides of the ball, Melo. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They've got the 7-point lead. Shaq, give me your take.
Well, the shots were dropping for them. I mean, they was just dropping.
But clearly, they have to take a look at this.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. We've seen Aaron Aflalo really having a great game.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Garnett out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Towns in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders. And he gets it to go.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Aflalo dishes to Lopez. Rubio comes with the double team. Lopez, a screen on Rubio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 20 feet out. Wiggins with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Rubio the pass to Towns. Wiggins drives in. The Knicks leading by 4. Anthony kicks to Galloway. Aflalo with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. Battles through traffic and lays it in. New York calls timeout.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Galloway kicks to Aflalo. Lopez a screen. Pass to Porzingis. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in points off turnover. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunities.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Timberwolves trailed by 5. And Kevin Martin the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. That's 10 points for Kevin Martin.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Wiggins against Anthony. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Wiggins passes to Rubio. Here's Garnett, and that one is stuffed right through.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Garnett. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Martin wide open. He fires. And off the front iron. And in it goes.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Porzingis passes to Anthony. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota. And a switcher also for New York. Serafin's checked in. Towns kicks to Martin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
It's been a solid outing for Martin. 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from 3-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Kevin, you look at their free throw percentage. They've been very efficient today. That's a big factor.
And who's out there now for the Timberwolves? Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Wiggins, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Here's LaVine. He's covered by Grant. Here's Dang. Second chance shot, and the layup is good. Jang's got 6.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Calderon against Martin. Back to Calderon. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's LaVine. He's covered by Grant. And a missed layup. For New York, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. for Minnesota. They've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. He dishes it to Anthony. There's a good screen. Nice job coming off that screen. He's got 11.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Some changes for Minnesota. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin, and Jones subbed in for Levine. Grant against Jones. Pekovic attacking, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
To the inside. The shot from the low post is good. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Jones against Grant. Jones, no one around him. Kept alive, Minnesota. It's Bjelica. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Bjelica's got his second basket of the night. Calderon kicks to Serafin. Grant, right side. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
Now here's Anthony. 11 points in the game. There's the pick. 1 second left. Got it off in time, but it's no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Minnesota on top. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. New York trailing. On the court for the Knicks. They've got a Flalo. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway in at the point. No coverage that time. Porzingis has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Knicks. And Rubio kicks to Towns. And now a Flalo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New York.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Martin's checked in. Anthony dishes to a Flalo. New York moving it around. Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. He feeds it to Galloway. Misses off the right iron.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here's a Flalo. It's tipped. Wiggins outside. No one near him. Can't hit. Now the Knicks take it the other way. The drive by Anthony. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And at Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
From 10 feet out, and he gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 1.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Rubio right side. Feeds away. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. That's now 8 points for Garnett. The Knicks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Martin against the Flalo. Feeds it to Carmelo. Just 5 to shoot. Lopez a screen. Shot on the wing. Again, the miss by Anthony. The Timberwolves shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. The drive by Rubio. Outside for Martin. Dishes to Garnett. Can't connect from short range. New York's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Anthony missing again.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Galloway kicks to Anthony. That's good from 17 feet away. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you, because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Flip Saunders was just going over the plan with his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Galloway kicks to Aflalo. The pass to Carmelo. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Martin. Minnesota in the lead, and here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Minnesota.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. New York calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Goes up off the inbound. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Galloway.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Garnett with the screen for Rubio. He kicks to Garnett. Rubio in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. Pekovic with a screen. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
You know, everybody seems to be sleepwalking out there on defense, and it's been that way, guys, ever since they came out of the halftime locker room.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Wiggins drives in. Good work defensively by Anthony. Knicks trail by 3. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's foul number 2 for him. .122 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Anthony.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Martin with it. Now Anthony defending. Garnett the screen. Wiggins kicks to Garnett, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Lopez dishes to Anthony. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Galloway. Shot clock at 5. Zingis passes to Aflalo. The tray. cannot hit. And Minnesota will come the other way, and so they choose to intentionally foul. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And Rubio kicks to Garnett, and that one is hammered home.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
And he commits the intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. Both teams deciding to change it up. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. New York calls timeout. They're losing by 5. 12 seconds left in the game. Anthony in the corner. Passes to Porzingis. On its way from a follow for 2. New York, no good that time either.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And so Minnesota takes the win. It was up for grabs, right? And
Ricky, what was
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Ricky Rubio. What'd you think, Kenny?
I can't imagine a player having a better.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just